Welcome everybody, it's Gull Khan here, money mindset expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through the money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. And today I have the pleasure and the honor of speaking to Genevieve Nicholas, who's part of our mastermind, and who's going to be sharing her thoughts, ideas, and experience being part of the mastermind and the collective group conscious as well. Okay, so welcome, Genevieve. How are you, my lovely?
I'm great, Gull. Thank you so much for having me on. It's just such a pleasure to be here and be able to share some of my story with everyone. And you are just, I just totally love you. You just are such an amazing woman, and you've just totally helped me with everything that I've been dealing with. So yeah, it's really good.
Awesome. So before we begin, tell us who you are and what you do, and why do I love you so much?
Okay. So who am I? Well, that's a bit of a loaded question. However, I'm a mum, and I am a fur baby mum, and I'm also a businesswoman. What I'm actually currently working on now is a passion to work with women who are stuck or have been, they're stuck like I was probably about 6 months ago. And I've gone through a journey, and I've realized that, I've needed to find some people, people like you to help me on that journey, because I realized that I just can't do it alone anymore. I needed to reach out. So I'm helping, my goal is to help women who are stuck and move forward in their business, particularly network marketing women, where it really is a wonderful, rewarding job, or not a job, a business actually, but it's lonely, and it's hard, and it's tough. So I want to help and support them grow and find their passion. So that's what I'm actually doing. Why do you love me? Goodness me. I think, from the minute I did your 5-day challenge, I really felt a connection there. And I think that really came through when we had our one-on-one call at the end of that, to sort of, you interviewed me to see if I was a great candidate and fit for this program. And honestly, every time I hop onto calls with you every week, or I hear you speaking, it just ignites a fire in my belly. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Gull, I just want to be like you. I want that energy. I want that oomph. I just need you to be stuck to one side of my body.
I need to make a clone don't I?
You do, actually. I want the first clone. But no, I think our energies have really resonated, and from a people perspective, you're my tribe.
Definitely, and you're mine. So absolutely. So I'm glad you mentioned, we spoke about, the first time we spoke was around, when we were thinking whether you're right for the mastermind. So tell me, what was your life like, or what was your mindset like before you joined the mastermind?
Oh, wow. I was definitely stuck. If I can look at where I am right now, I've grown a lot in probably, how many months has it been? It's only really been since October, I think. It's still relatively new.
Yes, about 3 months ago. So October, correct. October, so at the end of October, so it'll be November, December, January, and we're just beginning of February. So 3 months.
Exactly. So I really was stuck. I mean, I'd been working with Shannon, who actually is the person who introduced me to you and your programs. But prior to even seeing her, I was lost. I was just lost direction. My mind was, I was trying to do things, and nothing was shifting, nothing was working. I'm a very big believer. I'm in self-development and affirmations and positivity and wanting to do those things. But I think I'd got to a crossroad, and it was like there was a sign going on that said, you've got to do this or not. And funnily, I should mention that Shannon had told me to do your 5-day challenge, the one before I did, which ended up me joining with you in October. It was the one prior to that. And of course, I'd signed up for it, and I never got to do any of it. I didn't, for whatever reason, it just wasn't the right time. And when it came down to doing our 5-day challenge, I'd made myself, I set a goal, and I said, listen, I've just got to get this done. I've got to do it, whatever the case. So I really am a big believer in things come to you and you actually end up doing something when the time is right.
Yeah, I agree. I completely get it. And I always say, when the time's right, the teacher, well, when the student,
when the teacher arrives,
yeah, when the student's ready, the teacher arrives. So that's how it happened. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
pretty much what happened. And I do find that I've been told many times that people just stop scrolling through feeds and news, because I'm on Facebook, but, you know, and then just at the right time, I just happen to have my video or something comes up, and they sort of come into my world, which is exactly how it should be, because the universe sort of brings me to where I'm needed, and that's my, you know, my way of attracting my clients and being, you know, attracting my tribe. So let's talk about the mastermind now. So since being in the mastermind, one of the two unique things about the mastermind is I do call myself a money mindset expert, but the way I shift your mindset is through energy work. So how have you found both the modules and the clearings we've done, and then later on we'll talk about the manifestation course. So let's talk about the energy clearings now. How have you found the energy clearings, and how do they help you? And what kind of experience do you have with the energy clearings in the modules?
Wow. Well, I think the energy clearings are really quite powerful. I like the fact that, you know, with the energy clearings, that they really do focus and hone on certain energies that you really need to be doing at the time you need them.
Yeah.
Which is great. So, you know, I funnily enough, again, before I signed up and joined with you, I was a friend of mine was very big on meditation and saying how great it is, and I resisted and I resisted, and I'm like, oh, this will be boring and I can't do it. I'm a real go-getter. I need oomph. and that's calming and zen, and it feels like so opposite to me.
Yeah.
However, you know, you would be the first person I've ever done any of these kinds of clearings or meditations with. And wow, I mean, a lot of the time I do fall asleep. and I know from everything, all the work we've been doing, that sometimes that's a good thing, because it's your subconscious is actually taking that in, which is where it needs to go. But that being said, and I do digress because I'm an Australian and I ramble, but I think the energy clearings have been very powerful for me. They've really, I've felt like I've become, or I am becoming and growing into a different person. I'm releasing a lot of things. There's a lot more clarity. And I do find when I come out of these meditations, it's funny how I can, and it does sound a bit woo-woo, but anyway, everything seems brighter.
Yeah.
You know, the colors are more vibrant. So it's like something's shifted, that someone's taken a layer off.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe it.
And that's it. That is the best way, because when you do remove the negative energy, the fog, so to speak, all your senses become heightened. So you see better, you hear better, and especially intuition. That is one thing that really opens up, and therefore you're able to take inspired action. I mean, my line, you know, when people come to me, when we work together as you know, between myself and my clients, and as a group collective, you've heard me say again and again, take inspired action. Don't be in the hustle mode. We're not in the hustle mode. But that's the reason why you do, I think, 20% of the work and get 80% of the result, rather than hustling all the time and not getting very far and burning yourself out. I think a lot of people are I think in the online space, especially entrepreneurs, are in the danger of being burnt out because they work too hard and they don't get much results. Whereas I say, take action. You absolutely have to. I'm not the type to say, sit in the room and chant affirmations all day, have £1 million. But you do need to actually slow down, listen to your intuition, take inspired action, and allow things to come to you with ease and grace. We use those two words, ease and grace, a lot, but this is how we live our life, and that's how I teach for you to start living your life, which is awesome. So now let's talk about the manifestation course. Now these are unique to me. I don't know, this is my invention, my baby, as something that was downloaded to me. Again, I always say, everything I've received, I've got guidance from my higher self, my guides and angels. My limited conscious self is very small. So these manifestations you see they're developed. They've gone from one type to the other to one we've done recently, and they're very, very powerful. So what's your experience been with these manifestation calls?
Again, I really have enjoyed the bringing in the light part of it. I find that to me is incredibly calming. It's incredibly calming for my mind. It really does ground me, and I find myself going into another realm, so to speak. And I'm not asleep at that point, but I really do feel like it's that time in my day as a group. We're honing, we're all kind of within that. We've got this massive force field, so to speak. There's so much force, and we're all connected in, obviously we're all wanting different visions, but we're all connected in the main goal of all of us wanting goodness to come out of this, and for all of our dreams and our passions and whatever it is that we're looking for, we're all at the same point. So interestingly enough, I can feel that force and that power and that sense of, it's like someone wrapping a giant, it's like giving you a big hug, and we're all there together. It's this warmth that comes through. So I think that, you know, I find them very powerful. I find that it really does connect me with what it is that I'm working towards and what my vision and my dreams, my goals are, obviously when it comes to money. But like you say, it's not just, I mean, yes, you're the, you know, this is money mindset and you know, the money mastermind, but it really, from all of your teachings and the modules that we've gone through, it really has helped. These manifestation calls help me clear out a lot of these blocks and things that are stopping me. And it's not about money. It's very much about deep-rooted other issues that, yes, will relate to money, but they go back so far in my life.
Yeah.
So that's the really interesting part about how much I feel I've grown, is releasing and removing some of those, so that I feel I'm starting to feel a lot less weight carried on my shoulders, if that makes sense.
Absolutely does. It does. And it's funny how it's called Money Millionaire Mindset Mastermind, but we don't talk about money much at all. There's a lot, what we talk about is emotions and traumas and what you've gone through and what you want to and what you want, desire, and how you know, to build that relationship with divine energy, with the universal energy. It's to do with all those elements, and money becomes almost like a byproduct. So if you release your emotions, if you release your actual, you know, emotional block, so to speak, and build that relationship with the one source energy or divine source energy or universal energy, whatever you want to name you want to give it, then money just comes as a byproduct anyway. It's going to come. And this is how we work, so which is really, really important. And the transformation you just mentioned is what we aim for. So I'm not there telling you that you're going to make $1 million. I'm here to, you know, when you come into the mastermind, it's that transformation I take you through and the new person that you become that attracts those opportunities to make money, rather than actually saying, okay, here's the methodology, here's 1 + 1 + 2, and then go, you know, implement the strategy and make money. I take you through a process where you have now transformed and you're able to spot those opportunities yourself and monetize them, and then money becomes so easy to make. It's like, you do make money with ease and grace, so to speak, which is absolutely lovely, is what we're after. So let's talk about something else now. I'm very upfront and very open about this. The mastermind requires both financial and time commitment. So if someone's sitting there saying, okay, Jenny, this sounds great, but I don't think I have the time, I can't afford the time or the money to join the mastermind now, what would you say to that individual?
Well, let's talk about time first. I would say that, you know, everybody leads a busy life these days. I mean, it's just absolute, everyone has a crazy life. And, you know, I'm no different to that. My life is ridiculously crazy. I always describe it as, I feel like I'm living on a wave, and, you know, that wave can change any moment, any second. And I've just got to kind of roll with it and learn to be a bit more zen. Hence, see, I really did need you and this manifestations and, you know, all the cleansing. However, that being said, I think it comes down to, again, the teacher arrives when the student is ready. And you've got to I mean, there's always going to be that slight hesitation. And I know for myself, you know, again, I really did have to I had to wrap my head around this and go, you know, if I'm going to make this financial commitment, and we'll talk about that in just a second, if I'm going to make this, and it, you know, look, if you're going to, I'm very much of the mindset that you get what you pay for. Okay. And, you know, we're making a significant, a financial decision in our own life. It's like buying a house. You know, you commit to buying that and spending that money, you want to maintain it.
Yeah.
Okay. You want it to, you know, you can't just buy the house and let it fall apart. Well, it's the same like this. If you're going to buy into this and you're going to want the direction, you want the change, you want to see things happen, you do have to put in the work and you have to make that time. What I do like is the fact that, you know, the calls are scheduled. I mean, it's very structured in the sense that we know when they are.
Yeah.
We've got the replays, and it's just about setting those times aside and just doing the work. It's no different to anything else. If you're going to go to university, you've invested in yourself and your education, you have to do the work.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the same thing. So if I'm going to invest in myself, and again, with the financial commitment, yeah, it is a commitment. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, nothing's for free in life, so to speak. But again, this is what I needed. This is what I wanted. And there was a sign there saying to me, and I agonized over the financial commitment for a little bit. It took a while, and we did have some hiccups there. So I was wondering whether there was a sign going, maybe not, maybe not. But it was meant to be. It was meant to happen. And I do not regret one iota of making this decision at the time. I fully, truly, 100 million thousand, whatever % believe that this was meant to be for me at this time in my life.
I totally agree. And I think if I am in your life at the moment, there's a purpose why I'm there. So if I'm there to support you, especially if as you know, I'm very picky in terms of who I allow into the mastermind. So if I've said to you that, yes, I think you're right, then there must be something that would help you to shift your energy, and you need to be part of the mastermind. I think that's why I'm very open and upfront at the beginning and say, look, you may not be right for it, and I will tell you if you're not. And I do, and I'm very open about it for this very reason, that I don't want anybody there whose energy could spoil the collective group energy, because the manifestation calls is when everybody's energy is combined, and we get, somebody who brings in the wrong energy, and it spoils the whole collective group energy. And that's why people in the mastermind are awesome. So let's talk about the people in the mastermind. So what kind of community have you found to be in the mastermind itself?
Oh, wow. It's such a diverse community, which I absolutely love. I love the fact that everybody is from all different places around the world, number one. Because having lived in Australia, I grew up in Australia, for goodness sake. And again, it's a very diverse culture in Australia. So I really do embrace that. I love, all the different people. I love all the different aspects that they bring to the group. And we're all at different paths and walks in life right now, but I think the commonality is that I don't know if it's a tangible thing that I can actually say. It's kind of an intangible feeling. Again, it's like you've just met your tribe. I mean, everyone's supportive. Everyone wants to help each other as far as answer questions and things like that. It's not a pressurized thing. We're just on a common path. Again, like you say, of this ease and grace. We're wanting ease and grace. We're all here for the common denominator, ease and grace, however that looks in our lives and wherever we're journeying to. So it really is a beautiful community.
It is. And I think that the beauty is it's a very safe place. I mean, so there's nothing you can say in there or ask in there which you feel uncomfortable about. It's a very safe place to come and share all your worries and to be on the journey with. And they're absolutely amazing people, and I feel really honored and privileged, like some people like you. I really do feel privileged and honored that I get to be your coach. I get to mentor you. And I always say that I am, especially when it comes to money, I put my hand up for that. I think I am the best when it comes to money. But every single individual in there is so amazing. They could teach me various things about because they're all experts in their field, so that can easily become their student and learn from them, and that makes it amazing community. It's a community of individuals who are there together on a journey for self-transformation. So I feel very privileged. Awesome. So what's the biggest takeaway that you say from so far from the mastermind? I mean, I know you've had your real when I come on these calls and I talk about that when you come to work with me, the heavy lifting is done with the energy clearings, but you will be put through a lot of challenging situations, and you will have to go through this river of change, which can become a river of pain. But when you come out the other end, there's a pot of gold. How have you found that? I think you're still going through that river of change.
Yeah. So definitely, I'm right in the middle of that river of change. I'm not even sure if I just jumped in the water or if I'm in the middle or where in this river it is and how long the river is. But yeah, I'm right in the thick of that right now. And yeah, it is quite challenging and painful, and you know, but again, I've already done some work to obviously get to this river. So each part, each module, or each part of what I've been doing has been part of where I'm obviously meant to be ending up and flowing down that river. And it's been great. I mean, I think from where I am now to where I was then,
and this is
there's been,
it was only 3 months ago.
Correct. Yeah. I seriously, I really do feel, I feel really different. I feel like I'm attracting different people,
yeah.
You know, in my life, just the people that even where I work, you know, the sort of people that I talk to now, it's just amazing. Like, they'll come up and they'll start talking, and they just start sharing things that it's like the Money Mastermind. We share a lot of trauma in there, and no one is hesitant or scared to do that, which is really interesting. But I've found that people are starting to share their traumas with me, just like it's like we're in the Money Mastermind. But it's just but it's not like the tears or anything. But I just think maybe perhaps there's an opening there. There's some kind of a different aura or feeling about me that they feel that it's a comfortable space to just share that. I mean, they're not trying to dump on me or anything like that. It's not about that. It's not about the monkeys on your back. I'm not taking any of that on per se. But I think part of this journey has been obviously that perhaps my path may again evolve and go into different realms. I mean, like I said, my whole state of being right now is to help other women.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe the help other women in what I'm thinking it is may end up being something completely different.
Yeah, and the universe may be showing you what you are meant to be and push you in the right direction, and that will happen. That will happen as your energy shifts. You'll become aware of your gifts and your talents and abilities, and how I always say, allow the universe, allow the advanced energy to use you in its purpose, in its highest purpose, so you can be of service to humanity in the best way possible and in the way you need to be. And I think this is maybe you've hit the nail on the head. The universe may be sort of directing you in a particular direction, and maybe taking you there. And then your personal transformation, which is happening at the moment, is part of the process. I really believe that. I mean, I don't think I could be where I am and be helping the people I am if I hadn't gone through my river of pain or river of change. It was hell and back at the time, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it.
Yeah. And I think that's what I love about this, you know, where I'm at the moment with this river of change. The community is very supportive on where I'm at. And I think it's really important to know that I am not alone. And, you know, I'm even though everyone, again, life is crazy and you're dealing with all the stuff, and then you're having to deal with what you're dealing with yourself and trying to grow as a person. But coming together in this community every week is something that's I look forward to so much, because I know that that's, you know, that's helping me transform. It's helping me grow. It's helping this ease and grace is there. People are there. It's like my family.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, ideas, and experience with us, my lovely. Can you just, on our parting terms, before you leave, tell us, you know, where can we find you and how can we get in contact with you?
Well, I'm actually on Facebook as Genevieve.Nicholas. I'm on Instagram as well. So they're basically my two platforms as far as connecting with me. So yeah, please, if you're interested to see what I'm up to and what I'm doing, what my journey is like, where it's come from, go delve right back into my social media, and you'll see from where I started to where I am now is completely different. And I mean, I really do have to say thank you, Gull, to you, because, you know, part of where I am now today, right at this moment, is definitely part of your teaching, your training, your friendship. You know, seriously, you have helped me come such a long way. So yes, so if people want to see where I've transformed, some of that, yes, please, it's attributed to Gull, so you can see what she really has the power to help you do. But yes, Facebook, Instagram, come and see me. And I do have a website, but you'll see my links in my social media.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Genevieve. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another episode with somebody else sharing their thoughts, ideas, and experiences of being part of the mastermind. Until we meet again, take care and bye for now.